Hello, everyone. I'm Laura Dorsey, and I'm with Infinite Scholars. Infinite Scholars does one thing, and we do one thing well. We help send students to college. We do that with our partnership network of over 400 colleges and universities that participate with us in this initiative. One of the main things that we do, though, is that we host scholarship fairs. We facilitate those scholarship fairs in 27 cities across the country. When we facilitate a scholarship fair, we have between 50 and 100 of our premier partners attending the scholarship fair. One of our premier partners that attends with us on a regular basis is Bennett College. Let me tell you a little bit about Bennett College and then have them come on and give you some overall information about who they are and what they do and what they offer our students. Bennett College is one of two all-female HBCUs. Bennett College is located in the heart of Greensboro, North Carolina. Bennett has roughly 450 students enrolled, representing 23 states. The college offers 17 majors, including programs geared towards arts and science, business with an entrepreneurial focus, dual degree engineering programs, and the social sciences. Their top majors include journalism, social work, biology, and psychology. The cost of attendance at Bennett is just under $29,000 per year. Majority of the students receive a substantial amount of institutional aid to assist with the cost of attendance. While Bennett College may be small, the smallness is their strength. Bennett is able to offer students an average class size of 8-to-1 student faculty ratio, therefore making sure that they're nurturing all of the student needs. Today, to give us more detailed information about Bennett College is Brittany Harris Nelson. She's an admissions counselor for Bennett College. Brittany, thank you so much for being here with us and providing the information that we need today.
Thank you so much for having me. Infinite Scholars has always been close to my heart. My first scholarship fair I actually attended as an admissions counselor was the Atlanta event. That was my first time like truly out on the road. Actually, one of my first times driving out of the state by myself too. So that was an interesting experience. Today, I will be sharing with you a quick overview of things that Bennett has to offer. And then just to move things forward, if there are any questions, my contact information will be listed as well. So why Bennett? Of course, like Dr. Dorsey said, my name is Brittany Harris Nelson. I have been at Bennett College for the past 3 years of my career. And I'm here to talk to you about why Bennett and why you should be a Bell. So quick intro from Miss Bennett College.
Future Bennett Bells, I want to invite you to join our movement as we work to reimagine Bennett College and make sure it and our bells continue to be prepared for an ever-changing future. Bennett College is leading the way to renew and restore the viability of historically Black colleges and universities in America. What you may have learned in your research about Bennett College is that Bennett Bells are activists. We care about people, community, and equality. When people look the other way, we stand up and speak out. Now we are starting a new movement, and we need your brilliant minds, your boldness, your voices, your vision, and your leadership. When you select Bennett, you are choosing a college where the girl meets the woman she's destined to become. When you come to Bennett, your identity as a woman of color is celebrated and validated throughout your college years. When you come to Bennett, you will discover how to create your own path to success. Our Successful Stand with Bennett campaign ignited a movement that put HBCUs back in the forefront of the national conversation on higher education. HBCUs are needed more than ever before. Bennett College inspires people to embrace what's different, what's unique. We are a small, vibrant women's HBCU. That's our magic. The world says that your generation is the me generation. I'm telling you that at Bennett College, we are creating the we generation. We are stronger together. We produce phenomenal women scholars and global leaders. Are you ready to join the movement? Enroll today.
So that was great to hear from our 40th Miss Bennett College, Miss Taylor Atkins. Taylor serves in a variety of roles on campus, as many of our students do. Just a few quick facts about Bennett. We were founded in 1873, originally as a co-ed institution. We later transitioned to an all-female institution in 1926, where our Board of Trustees saw the need to continue to educate women of color and provide them a substantial learning experience. We are one of two all-female HBCUs. Our average classroom size is now 7-to-1, actually. So roughly seven students total in the classroom with one faculty member. This allows us to cater to our students' individual needs. Our cost of attendance right now at Bennett is $28,800. Of course, with Bennett being remote in the fall, you can find all tuition and fee updates listed on the Bennett website, which we will go over further. We are also a member of the Greater Greensboro Consortium. If you've never had a chance to visit Greensboro, North Carolina, we have roughly 10 institutions within a 30-mile radius, which help form the consortium. So our students are able to experience campus life at other institutions by taking classes there and being able to earn class credit as well as applied credit towards their GPA at Bennett College. So just a quick overview of our admissions requirements. Right now, our roadmap to Bennett is as follows. You can apply online at www.bennett.edu. Application fees are currently waived due to COVID-19. We are definitely understanding of those things. Any of our North Carolina students, you can apply through CFNC, which is the College Foundation of North Carolina, the Common Black application, or if you had a chance to meet one of us out on the road over any past years, you can use one of those paper applications and simply scan it or mail it back in. Submit your documents. Right now, we do require official high school transcripts and any community college or other college transcripts to be sent over for review. We are test score optional at the moment. We believe that getting to know a student is based off of just who you are. A test does not determine your ability as a student. I try and think of myself in moments like that. The evaluation process is simply transcript review. During that time, transcripts also help us determine scholarship eligibility. Our regular acceptances start at a 2.5 GPA, and our Emerging Scholars program, which is for students who are below a 2.5, is anything below a 2.499 or less. So here we have a breakdown of our different academic programs. As mentioned earlier, our top programs right now are biology, journalism, media studies, social work, our business administration with that entrepreneurial focus, and we are steadily seeing climbs in psychology as well as our STEM department. While Bennett is a liberal arts institution, we have cultivated great relationships with our fellow HBCUs in the area, one being with North Carolina A&T, which is how we are able to offer our dual enrollment engineering programs. And then we also have great programs like our interdisciplinary studies program, which offers a self-designed module. So if you don't necessarily see a major here listed, we kind of help you build your own major, and I'm happy to help anyone with developing that, as well as our student success coaches on campus. We have over 30 organizations on Bennett's campus. All are not listed here. Many of our students come to campus and they get involved in our Royal Court. So earlier you heard from our Miss Bennett College, our student government associations. Of course, we have our Divine Nine sororities on campus. We have Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and then Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated on campus. Currently, all majors have their own club. The unique thing about Bennett is if you don't necessarily come to campus and see an organization that you identify with, you will have the ability to work with student experience and their team to create your own club. All you need to do is find a faculty or staff advisor and 4 other Bennett Bells who feel the same way you do about creating that change. So just next steps about getting to Bennett after you've been accepted. Share with us on social media. We track everything. So we are on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Feel free to reach out to us. Submit your FAFSA. Right now, we due to COVID, we have the luxury of actually doing FAFSA appointments with admissions counselors. So if you need assistance filling out that FAFSA form, we are readily available to help you and your parents through that process. And then schedule your financial aid appointment, which happens Monday through Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Lastly, if you choose Bennett and we've chosen you, you choose us, then your last step is to submit your enrollment fee deposit of $150, which reserves your seat in the upcoming class. That also doubles as your housing fee as well. And then your very last thing is to continue to engage with us online. Right now, we know it's a virtual world, and we are trying to accommodate everyone as best as possible. Be sure to check out our virtual tour, which can be found on the admissions website. It's interactive, and make sure you let us know where you find our president, Suzanne Walsh, hanging out in our Where's Walsh video game. And just keep an eye out for any virtual events that the admissions office or the college overall may be hosting. Scholarship money, we know, is a very important piece. Our scholarships start at a 2.7 GPA for our students, at least for Office of Admissions scholarships, and they range from $5,000 to $28,000. And that is solely based off of GPA only. It is a first come, first serve, so once you are notified that you have received that scholarship money, if you would like to solidify it, make sure you get your enrollment fee in. We also offer institutional scholarships through different departmental awards, alumni affairs. Our alumni association is amazing with scholarship money. They're always looking to help. We are also a UNCF affiliated school. The United Negro College Fund is always handing out scholarship money and internships for HBCU students. Our students have received an obscene amount of scholarship money over the years. Just to help them finish their education. Any student can qualify for UNCF. Just make sure you go online to uncf.org and create a profile. I have listed my contact information here. This was time before I got married, so it still says Harris. But my email is still the same, bharris1@bennett.edu. My cell phone number and office phone number are listed, so feel free to just contact me any way, shape, or form. Again, here are our social media platforms. You can follow us on Twitter at Bennett_admins. Facebook, just search Bennett College Admissions. And on Instagram, we are Bennett_admissions. Thank you so much for allowing me to share just a few things about Bennett, and we can hop into the question and answer portion.
Okay, Brittany, thanks so much for giving us all of that information that we needed about Bennett College. I probably just got a few follow-up questions because you were so thorough in everything that you talked about.
Thank you.
I know that, for this term, typically, you're talking about being like virtual, all online, but as we go forward, is there like, and if it was in the presentation, I missed it, application dates or deadlines that, here's the date you need to apply, here's the deadlines that we don't accept. Is it rolling applications, so they accept them all year? How does that work at Bennett?
So we are rolling admissions, like we have a rolling admissions process. So there are no deadlines. Of course, we point out things like, hey, FAFSA day is October 1, and things like that, like any other school. But as far as deadlines, we don't have any hard set deadlines because sometimes epiphanies take time. I've had students who applied like a week before orientation and move in. So we accept students at all times.
Okay. I know that you've been talking, you were talking about the fact that we were test optional, as far as ACT and SAT. Is that just for this term, or is that going forward, or is that something that you all are working on?
So as of right now, that is for at least for the next year, just with COVID, and we're not really sure what this process will look like. So we're not sure when people will go in for testing in terms of
Okay.
ACT or SAT. But in terms of the review process, the weight of your score is probably less than 10% of our decision making process. Your transcript, your essays, which are also optional, um, those things let us know more about the student versus a test score.
Okay, so let's talk about that because we want to make sure that the students that are applying for scholarships are prepared so that they make test optional is a thing, because I noticed that on the scholarship, the scholarships weigh heavily on the GPAs more so than anything else it looked like. Okay, so but should we also be encouraging the students to make sure that so if they may not take the ACT or SAT, but filling out the essays and things of that nature, they should focus on that still though?
Um, so as a counselor, I read all of my students' essays. And we usually get essays from students who just want to let us know a little bit about their academic journey. Everyone has a story to tell, so that's why essays are really important. But if you choose not to do it, then that's not going to hurt you in any way possible. Transcripts, again, tell us a lot more. We do research on your schools. If necessary, I've called teachers like, hey, I noticed they had a really great grade in chorus and they want to major in music, but everything else is kind of like, I'm doing this so I can graduate. Can you help me kind of get to know that student? And that's the joy of being a small school, because you get to really engage with your students in every part of their lives. I've met parents, grandparents, church members, anyone to help me kind of get to know my students and what their goals are.
Okay. One of the things that we know, Brittany, for sure, is that 100% of the students who apply don't necessarily get accepted to school. So can you tell me what the acceptance rate is at Bennett College?
Right now, our acceptance rate is actually roughly, I should know this off the top of my head, considering I just ran the reports, but roughly in the 90th percentile, because we do have our Emerging Scholars Program. So for those students who may be under that 2.5 regular accepted GPA, we do have a bridge program more or less to help introduce them into college life. So sort of a second chance. Again, people's circumstances are different. I tell my students, some of y'all have more life experience than I do as the adult in the room. So we really try and work with them to help move them forward.
Okay. So having said that, that's the acceptance rate. What is the freshman retention rate? Because we know statistically a student who finishes their first year is more likely to complete college, on time. So what is the freshman retention rate?
Our freshman retention rate at the moment is roughly in the 70th percentile. And that's just going off of this year's numbers. A lot of uncertainty with COVID, with a lot of parents just, hey, do I send my kid back across the country if you come back in person? But now with the announcement of us going fully remote for the fall, we're looking to see that number come up as well.
Okay. While we're on the subject of statistics, let me keep on going. So I know that you've been talking about Bennett being, very much involved with the students' life. The student to faculty ratio is very small, but you also talked about internships. So can you tell me a couple of the different places where students who are participating in internships, where they would be doing that?
So we've had students intern everywhere, even some places on campus. We actually had a psychology intern in our office the other year, just in the Office of Admissions. It really helped us with our recruitment approach, kind of helped us see how we need to approach people as people. So that was definitely interesting. We've had students who interned with Nike, tech companies like IBM, students who've done partnerships with Victoria's Secret and Pink, as far as brand ambassador partnerships and things like that. Some different engineering firms in the area, research Triangle Park and Raleigh and Durham areas. Social work students spend a lot of time with our nonprofits in the local Greensboro, Winston-Salem Triad community. So majority of our students will participate in an internship prior to graduation. We don't want to just, hey, take all of these classes and they have no idea how,
Right.
their career is supposed to work. Or if they really like their careers, we always encourage them to start early. I really loved science. My background is in biology and mathematics. I cannot stay all day in a lab. I need people interaction. That was something my internships taught me later than what I would have liked in my degree. So we try and put our students out there as soon as possible so they can get that real life experience early on.
Okay. So talking about their real life experience while they're in college, okay, let's talk about, graduation. Obviously, we want students to graduate and we just don't want to graduate. We want to make sure that they're placed. So can you tell me what your graduation rate is? And can you tell me where some of the students that are graduating from Bennett, where they're being employed?
So our graduation rates at the moment, I do not have that exact number, but I am happy to provide the information once I do get it. I know it's last year's class. A majority of them went directly into graduate school in the fall of 2019 after graduation. Our valedictorian from last year's class actually chose to attend Duke for her master's in Durham, North Carolina, along with several of our other students. And if not, majority of our students, if they don't go directly into their desired career profession or directly into grad school, they kind of lily pad onto a career that will help connect them to the career that they want. So I had a student who wanted to be a school social worker. The position wasn't open at the time, so she took a job as a education specialist in the school to kind of be able to interact with the school social worker and the teachers and learn some of that background information and get some of that experience. And when a position did open up, she was able to apply and just kind of lily pad her way over.
Okay. All right then. I know Bennett is an all-female HBCU. Do you have any international students or do you have study abroad programs?
We do have study abroad programs. So we've sent students to over 27 countries. Of course, this year study abroad is not gonna be the same as we intended, but we've sent students to over 27 countries. We do have international students. Majority of them come for a semester. We also have international faculty that come over and teach. Recently we had someone from, oh Jesus, where was he from? But he taught Arabic this year. And they actually did a really cool project with our intergenerational center on campus, which is kind of our campus daycare. And they were actually working with students to go over and like, hey, help me teach what you learned in class to the younger generation. So that was an interesting partnership. But we do offer study abroad programs. We also have a passport scholarship. So if you come to Bennett, you do not have your passport, we will help make you a global bill and help you start that process by just bring the necessary documentation to campus to apply for your passport, and we will walk you through that process as well as pay for it.
Okay. All right. Great. Because it's an all-female. So can you tell us what what residence life is like on campus? Is it like tour? Okay, when it happens. Okay, obviously it's not happening right now.
So in a traditional sense, residence life is, you have traditional dorms. So you have community style dorms where you have a roommate and, community style showers. You also have our honors dorm, which is suite style. So 4 to a suite, 2 to each room. And then you have your own private bathroom. And then you all share like a living room area type deal. Residence life at Bennett is definitely interesting. Our students are always up to something. Nice little dorm rivalry. When I started, they were doing dorm step shows when I started at Bennett. I was like, the sororities are doing a step show. No, the dorms. So, you know, Barge Beauty's gonna hold it down. And I'm like, oh, this is a real thing. Like they're really engaged. The dorms, especially the RAs, our student workers are top notch. They do a lot of programming and it's well intentioned programming. You know, when I was a student, you know, I did like little programming at my institution, but my students actually, hey, you know, let's do a mental health program just to check in before midterms. Let's see how the transition is like with fresh women leaving from home. We also have the Big Sister, Little Sister program on campus, which kind of helps cultivate that family relationship. So residence life is definitely something to take advantage of hopefully whenever things do go back to normal or
Okay.
the new
Yeah,
normal.
when we get back to normal. Okay, good. Brittany, that like brings me to the close of like the majority of the questions that I had for you. Is there any last minute things that you want to be able to tell the students and parents that you may have forgot to say during the presentation? And if you'll just provide your contact information again.
Yes. So definitely to any future bells, families, I know right now seems very uncertain, but one thing's going to remain true with Bennett. We are going to attack this situation like a family. We're going to do it together. We're going to rely on you for communication. You're going to be able to rely on us for open communication. And hopefully we can see this through together. If you have any questions regarding admissions process, what the academic year will look like, how to get involved with different things on campus, what virtual campus life is going to be like, feel free to reach out. We are all here for you at any time, so definitely reach out. My students can contact me directly. My phone number is 336-517-2165, or they can send me an email at bharris1@bennett.edu. If you want to learn any more information, like I said, follow us on social media, check out the website, and we hope that everyone stays safe, happy, and healthy, and continues to grow as we grow through this situation together.